The modern classic segment is a ruthless arena, and Honda is gearing up to drop a new heavyweight into the ring. Whispers of a Honda GB500 have been circulating the paddock for months, but the smoke is finally clearing. The big brother to the wildly popular GB350 is slated to break cover later this year. Following trademark filings across Europe in March 2025, and subsequent applications in North America and Australia, the global intent is undeniable. Yet, the critical question remains for enthusiasts and skeptics alike. Will this simply be a lazy, parts-bin engine swap, or has Honda engineered a genuinely distinct motorcycle with its own standalone character and concept? If you look closely at the architecture of the existing 350 power plant, the writing has been on the cylinder wall all along. Honda's engineers famously overbuilt the GB350 air-cooled single, leaving a generous 22mm of extra material flanking the 70mm bore. Engine builders note that a 500cc class thumper only demands about 15mm of wall thickness, paving a mathematically straightforward path for a 14mm bore increase. However, slapping on a bigger jug isn't enough. To retain that signature, long-lasting acceleration and the rich, pulsating thrum without vibrating the rider to pieces, Honda will need to comprehensively overhaul the internals. A revised gear ratio, recalibrated intake and exhaust systems, and crucially, the adoption of an electronically controlled throttle are expected. This ride-by-wire system wouldn't just ensure compliance with increasingly draconian emission standards. It would artificially synthesize the refined, deep engine flavor that modern retro riders demand. Despite rumors of an entirely bespoke chassis, the engineering reality suggests a more pragmatic approach to the bike's foundation. Pushing the displacement to a half-liter will likely only yield a modest peak output of around 28 horsepower, roughly a 40% bump over the GB350 lethargic 20 horses. With such a conservative power figure, a ground-up chassis redesign seems like unnecessary overkill. Instead, expect Honda to simply reinforce the existing steel cradle and tweak the dimensions to handle the added torque. However, the sheet metal and overall silhouette will tell a different story. Word on the street points to lower production volumes and a deliberate pivot away from the aggressive cost-cutting of the 350. By donning a unique, dedicated design, the GB500 aims to justify a premium price tag rather than resting on the laurels of shared components. This stylistic departure is largely dictated by a rapidly evolving competitive landscape. When the GB350 debuted, it was essentially a targeted missile aimed directly at Royal Enfield's dominance in the Indian subcontinent. But the goalposts have moved. The arrival of authentic yet decidedly athletic modern classics, such as Triumph Speed 400 series, has forced the industry to rethink the traditional retro formula. If the big GB hopes to be a late-stage Royal Enfield killer while fending off nimble British rivals, it cannot rely on relaxed, vintage commuter charm alone. It must adopt a sportier, more aggressive aesthetic that hints at the increased grunt lurking beneath its fuel tank. Honda's geographic priorities reveal the true strategic intent behind the GB500. The fact that the moniker was first locked down in the EU speaks volumes. This machine is tailor-made for the lucrative European A2 license tier. Capped at 35 kW, approximately 48 horsepower, the A2 category is designed to safely usher novice riders into the world of full-size motorcycles. Hovering comfortably around the 30 horsepower mark, the GB500 will not threaten the A2 ceiling, but it will offer a deeply engaging, forgiving, and stylish stepping stone. If Honda can strike the delicate balance between premium visual appeal and accessible, tuned performance, the GB500 won't just be a bigger sibling. It will be a highly calculated precision strike on the global middleweight market.